Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today I'm asking the question: does your thinking interfere with your English learning? Does your thinking stop you sometimes from learning? Let me explain what I mean by that. These days, we are all living in what seems to be a bit of a negative vacuum. We're very quick to see things and to point out people's wrong acts and people's differences in some kind of judgmental way. And when that comes to English learning, we often just decide, we make a decision: I can't do this. This doesn't help me. This doesn't bring me happiness. I don't like this. And then we simply close the book and walk away. There's an English proverb that says nothing is good or bad except that you make it that way. And I want to invoke this proverb because when these moments come that you just want to walk away from learning English, you have to realize that it's your thinking that's kind of sabotaged you there. It's nothing to do with whether you can achieve something. Everything is achievable. Maybe it means changing your efforts, changing the ways you do things, but everything is possible. And I think if you keep that in mind, you wouldn't quite walk away so quickly. Rather than looking at English as being something that you're missing, that you want, if you begin learning from a place of happiness, a place of, well, I have some words, but I'd like more. I can speak English, but I want to speak it better. You'll succeed much faster than telling yourself that you can't do this and you never will. It's not only your decisions and your thinking. We're often affected by our atmosphere and what we watch. To give you one example, if you're always watching a TV channel which says government bad, government bad, government bad, government bad, which seems to be quite popular here in the UK, then it'll come as no surprise that you wake up one day thinking, you know what, the government's really bad. It's just one small example. So this is much bigger than what you think about your English. It's about what you let into your thinking. These days, all around the world, we're being pushed with the idea that life is hard, money is tight. Life is hard, money is tight. And of course, we see people reacting to that opinion. Now, I'm not saying that it's not the case, but what I'm saying is your thinking makes your world. Those were the words of Buddha, not me. There is a little ritual I used to do with my students when I was working with them face to face. We would get a big glass of water, let's say a big jug of water, okay? So there was 10 people in the class. We would get a big jug of water, and then we would pour a little drop of water into each of the glasses. I would ask the students, what do you want to get out of this English class? What is it that you're hoping to achieve in this class? Or in this course, if perhaps we were doing this only once at the start of the course. They would think for a moment, they would take a moment just to close their eyes and think for a second what they're looking for, what they're hoping to achieve. It could be things like work, money, perhaps higher level things, lower level things. I don't know. I didn't ask them to say what it was that they wanted. After a moment, I asked them to pour all the water back into the jug. And then we poured the water back out into the glasses and we all drank our shared vision. This is a very good thing to do if there's a group of you learning English together. It's also a very nice thing to do in families where you all have shared visions. I've heard of people doing this every day, even at breakfast time. And sometimes it can be done in an English class for people who aren't clear what they want to get out of that English class. But it works better, of course, for long-term ideas and visions of the future in terms of what you want to do, how you want to share that vision with other people. As I've mentioned before, sometimes we're all trapped within our own thoughts. And with English, the easiest and best way to get out of your thoughts is to share them. That could be through a ritual, like we just described there, or it could be getting a new friend from the country that you are learning the language of, in this case, English. I know how terrifying it is to talk to someone in a second language, and I also know how terrifying it is to have a language exchange session with someone that you don't know. But it's still the same advice I'm giving you. Get out of your own thoughts and get into somebody else's. This is the only real way in which you'll ever be able to affirm your English. If you really don't want to do that, of course, finding someone who's also learning and you can kind of learn together and share your ideas and thoughts together and even practice together, even though neither of you are native speakers. So you could say to one of your friends, hey, would you like to learn English with me? And see how it goes. You can both learn together, study together, eat together. You never know where that might go, and it's a wonderful way of sharing. But I still feel the biggest problem today amongst students is that they often try to go it alone. This is my English, this is my thing, and I'm not telling anyone. And that's a big thing for some people. But as I've mentioned before, those kinds of people tend not to be successful. You can't just be stuck in your own mind with your own negative thoughts. And besides, English is not a thing which can exist alone. It needs all of humanity to share it. The purpose of language is communication. The purpose of communication is sharing. And it doesn't all just revolve around your mind. I hope you found this helpful. Let's talk again soon. Bye bye.